Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's exclusive webinar from Plugin to Profit, a A-Suite briefing on how to tap the $4 trillion AI training opportunity. AI is no longer just a buzzword. It is a business imperative. Global AI spending is projected to surpass $4 trillion by 2030, with a significant share flowing into workforce training and upskilling. The question for business leaders is clear. How can you tap into this unprecedented opportunity and stay ahead of the curve? Today, we are fortunate to have two distinguished leaders from AI CERTs who will share their perspectives on strategy, execution, and the future of AI driven learning. Our first speaker is Naseema, Vice President of Strategic Partnerships for the Middle East at AI CERTs. With more than 25 years of experience in training and development, Naseema Akram has built a stellar career driving growth, building high value partnerships and leading sales strategies across global markets. She is known for her ability to forge deep relationships with corporates, supply chain leaders, and technology teams. Earlier in her career, she was recognized as a part of the $1 Million Club at New Horizons, a testament to her consistent results and relentless passion for her role. At AI Certs, Naseema focuses on enabling organizations and partners to leverage AI training to unlock business value, penetrate new markets, and deliver at the highest levels of customer success. Joining her is Chintan Dave, General Manager at AI Certs. Chintan is a dynamic leader with more than 15 years of experience at the intersection of technology, education, and growth. He has an extensive background spanning blockchain, software systems, and digital transformation, and is also the author of 20 plus published technology books and 50 plus workshops delivered worldwide. At AI Certs, Chintan oversees product innovation, platform development, partnerships, and go to market strategy. His focus is on solving complex problems, scaling systems, and driving measurable outcomes for organizations investing in AI training. Together, Naseema and Chintal will unpack the opportunities that lie ahead. Over to you guys.
Hi, thank you so much, Shristi, for that introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to be speaking to you all today, and I thank you for your time. So let's go straight into it. So who are we? A little bit about AI Certs. So we are a global certification provider offering practical industry-aligned AI and blockchain programs for students and professionals. We are role-based learning for technical and non-technical learners. That is probably one of the biggest takeaways from AI certs is that we have role-based certifications, and this is where the world is going. Everybody needs AI certifications which are role-based. We'll go into a bit more detail in the next slide of the portfolio and the different roles that we have certifications for. We're trusted by learners worldwide. We have certifications designed to bridge classroom learning and real-world applications. The other exciting thing is we have 50 plus certifications across AI, blockchain, and emerging tech. And they're designed for learners at different stages, whether you're students, early career, or mid-level and leaders. Okay, this is really exciting, is our portfolio. You can see the breadth of our portfolio here. We have professional certifications and we have technical certifications. On the right, we have our technical certifications, which are 5 days in duration. And then on the left-hand side, we have our professional certifications, which are 1 day or 8 hour in duration. As you can see, we have our essential courses which are for everyone, our AI Plus Foundation, which we're going to give you all complimentary later on to really understand what the basics of AI are. And then to further that, the generic courses, we have our AI Plus Everyone and AI Prompt Engineering. So these are courses that everybody needs to understand and do. But then we really zone in. AI certs, what's really important is that job role-based certification. So we look at different areas: business, blockchain, design and creativity, learning and education, specialization. So we're covering lots of different areas. And then we go down to things like AI plus sales, AI plus human resources. I'm not going to read every one, or we'll be here a long time. But you can see the breadth there: AI plus finance. Why do we do that? Because every role in AI is slightly different in a different area of a job role. So AI in HR is going to be very different to AI used, for example, in healthcare. So these are tools specifically for that job role, and that is a massive takeaway. Because this is where the demand is. You want to know, how do you make someone more efficient in human resources, for example. The other great thing is every single course has a AI agent module. As you know, the world is going towards agentic AI. So every single course that AI CERTs has also has a agentic AI module within that course. Yeah, and then on the technical side, which are the 5-day certifications, we cover lots of, again, different exciting areas like data and robotics. One of the biggest and most demanded areas is AI and security. So we have a track for specifically for AI and security, like AI plus ethical hacker, AI plus security compliance. You can see then we have different levels of security which are compatible with courses like ISACA, etc. Yeah. Over to you, Chintan. I want you to show this massive opportunity that all our ATPs, our partners have in the AI training area and how they can capture it. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Chintan.
Absolutely. Thank you, Naseema. So truly, to understand truly about the why AI certs and our partners are in such a powerful position, I would like to our audience to understand that we need to step back and understand this is a once in a lifetime kind of an opportunity where the industry is transforming truly again. So as we see about the opportunity market, by 2030, the global spending on the AIs would go to 4 trillion. Now, what does that mean? This means that to put into the entire economy and the global GDP market, we can see that the industries are transforming all across, starting from a percentage of industry. If you can see like 1.3 trillion, which is a 34 percentage of the sector specific AI training and data. That means we will see so many tools coming up every single day for the different orgs and the industry. That means these tools which you are bringing in, they need a framework to learn. So there is a huge opportunity size that only the products are growing at so much of a pace, but the scalability of the learning is not growing at the pace that the industry itself is growing. So there is a huge opportunity in the sector specific AI and the training data itself. If you see, there is 650 billion, which is 16 percentage, which is for AI development and tuning. That means AI is no longer a research project. It is directly tying back to the productivity, efficiency, profitability, and even the entire national competitiveness models for the different countries. These models these guys are developing every region in the world, as you can see from the screen, starting from North America, Europe, APAC, Middle East, Africa, is creating policies, roadmaps, and funding mechanisms to accelerate the entire position. Now, why this is right now important for our training partners to understand? Because a bank can invest in most advanced fraud detection AI, but if their employees don't know how to implement and manage it, it going to not going to succeed, or it's going to fail. Similar way, a government can roll out a national AI roadmap, but without trained local talents, it becomes just a policy document. If you talk about the startup ecosystem also, We can have a brilliant AI models developed, but without certified skills, the governance and ethics and the compliance, they are all going to collapse. So there is a huge opportunity landscape. That means every AI dollar eventually requires a training dollar. And I'm repeating, every AI dollar eventually requires a training dollar, and that's where the authorized training partners, which is AI certs, authorized training partners are providing the pivotal role. So I want you to imagine that in 2023, the world is spending 11 billion every single day on AI solution. That's the number we are looking at. Now that think about how much of that flows directly into the skills, certifications, and the training ecosystem altogether. So that's the size or a pie you as a partner would have an opportunity to tap in. And to create this solution, as we're going to deep dive, it's going to take a lot of time and efforts. It took us millions of dollars to create this entire ecosystem of an AI search and the role-based certification. So think about the internet, which was in the 1990s, or cloud computing, which is in the 2010s. The organization that built the training ecosystem early have got value of lifetime. We are at the exact same time right now with an AI ecosystem today. This decade will define the leaders and the laggards of tomorrow. So 4 trillion is the big number, but the next question is how exactly is the money being spent, and where can training providers capture the largest share? Thank you for the slide. If you can move to the next slide. Now, what is the challenge we are facing so far? And please keep on sending the questions if you have it in the chat, and we are surely going to take it at the end. Now, if you see AI scales faster, smarter, why this ecosystem is going to tap in and is going to be very important for the ecosystem to understand. Now that we understand the size is so huge, the opportunity market is so huge, we need to understand how it is going to help it to the various market size, right? So you have seen that Singapore, if you see the Malaysia, if you see in the last size, there was, each of the countries are coming up with the amazing transportation transformational information. That means a modular plug and play AI training solution or platform is a way to go. That means when I say modular, that means a company which is going to train the workforce, they're going to use their entire ecosystem of the tools that they already have it, or they will pursue. They're not going to do the change of the ecosystem based on an AI only. That means the AI framework and the training has to align with the company's current overall goal. That's where AI as a service or a zero in upfront infrastructure cost is what we are trying to align with the training ecosystem. That means partner with cloud-based AI hubs in a Singapore or South Africa, or the small scale integration of a professional service provider is can easily tap into this market. That means we are not only providing the certification courseware, we are providing the entire ecosystem. That means you can literally plug and play to your current setup, and you can tap into the immense opportunities that we already have it. A scaling an AI would become super easy if you have the right framework to teach it. And that's what we are doing it at AI certs. We are actually trying to provide it at the scalable, low risk pathway solution where you can literally step by step adoption framework can be applied, starting from small use cases to a measurable ROI solution itself. So think about it. Who do you gain a Formula One car to drive who's only ever used a bicycle, right? So it becomes really tough for workforce to train if you don't have the right framework in it. So AI certs align the entire framework. and we can align the entire partner ecosystem with the framework that we have already implemented. And Naseema is going to talk about the partners that we have it in the coming slide as well. But yeah, that's where the scaling and AI faster and smarter and the safer is going to be very important. Next slide. Awesome.
Okay, so thank you, Chintan. So partnerships, platforms, and training models, how we're going to drive that ROI. So we've got proven strategies that deliver measurable outcomes for enterprises. So what are the winning approaches? So public-private partnerships, boosting AI literacy in emerging markets. Obviously, you all know that's massive. Every corporate, every industry out there needs AI. There's a massive demand for it, and we have to match that supply with that. Academia, corporate university collaborations for domain-specific AI research, federated learning for secure privacy-preserving AI training, and hybrid stacks combining open source and proprietary tools for cost-effective deployment. Chintan, what would you say the success stories are in the regions we're talking about, South Africa, Malaysia, Singapore?
Absolutely. So there are large scale, lot of opportunities are emerging. Every organizations wants to tap into this. So now, what is the problem that orgs are facing? As they have the onboarded some of the tools, or they have the people who are enhancing the tools, but each role that are going to tap in, they do not they do not go into the role wise solutioning. That means a marketing person who is going to use an AI is going to be a SAP completely different than the sales guy, than the project managers. So South Africa, Malaysia, and Singapore, there are so much of opportunities starting from healthcare ecosystem. We do have an entire healthcare portfolio starting from AI plus healthcare, doctor, nurse, and we are adding emerging roles as well. There is a huge opportunity in AI predicting disease earlier. There are lots of solutions which are being implemented, but the workforce doesn't know how to utilize that effectively. So there are so many millions of dollars of opportunities are coming up for the workforce training, starting from 500 employees to 15,000 employees. Our partners are tapping into the opportunities. So there are different industries uh, prominently starting from healthcare, banking, finance, and like Naseema has already mentioned, the security industry is also tapping along with the cloud overall. Yeah.
Thank you. Right, so regulatory readiness and skills alignment. So APAC and Africa are shaping rules and skills. Partners can lead the charge. So what are the regulatory changes? Singapore, AI Verify Foundation for Responsible Auditable AI. In Malaysia, AI ethics and governance embedded in national AI roadmaps. South Africa, AI included in digital economy master plan. Globally, I mean, including the Middle East, for example, every government entity is incorporating AI. For example, in the UAE, they have their own Ministry of AI. In Saudi Arabia, they've got the massive project they're working on the Humane project. So globally, every country wants to be, top of this AI revolution. So it's absolutely massive, and I think it's really exciting. With AI certs, the opportunities that you have to stop that gap, or have the skills to fill those gaps that are now massive. Skill shifts required, so data literacy, obviously that's massive. Everybody needs to understand AI. It doesn't matter who you are, what job role you're in, every single person needs to understand AI. So data literacy, model governance, ethics, compliance, and fairness in AI. Again, this is very big. Obviously, how is AI used? So the ethical part of it is also very important. I don't know if you remember seeing on our massive portfolio, we do have a course on AI and ethics. So this is great for everybody as well. If you're in a legal team, if you're in HR, what are the implications of this? And then rise of translators bridging business needs and tech implementation. Okay. Okay, enterprise AI adoption in your region. So in Singapore, I think I'll pass this on to Chintan, who has a better idea than myself. But if you want to talk about this, Chintan.
Absolutely. So, as Naseema has rightly mentioned, every different regions have started coming up with their own model AI framework. If you see that this framework is going to be only on the documentation if it is not applied effectively, and then the companies have a huge gap to align it properly. That means the challenges that these companies are going to face in the region is the awareness and the understanding of how they're going to use an AI altogether. So starting from, let's say, a banking sector, which is mentioned on the screen as well. AI credit scoring is basically default risk, which is down at, let's say, 18%. Now, if you see the graph, the real-time surge of the pricing, the if you see the patrons, if you see the ShopRite, the AI is already delivering measurable ROI across the finance and retail. That means one of the top roles, starting from the frontliners to the executives, each has to have a structured understanding of how AI been done. Now, the problem is that as we are growing fast, we do have a very less time to have aligned with the AIT twins in our entire ecosystem. That's where what we are trying to achieve is we are creating a framework for these roles. So let's say if we see talk about the Petronas, they are in the energy sector, how the asset efficiency can be identified is kind of a case studies and the solutioning we are covering in the AI framework. If you talk about same, right, it is in the banking sector. If you talk about even the governments, there are lots of AI boot camps are happening, which is building the national-wise talented pool of lots of low code, no code developers, as well as both in public private sectors are betting due to this immense opportunity of an AI. So in your region or any regions right now across the globe, AI is not only the buzzword, but it has become a must-have needs. If you see the top tools, top framework, top providers, they're coming with so much of scaling programs which needs to be tapped in, but then there is no standard structure. So the adoption is going huge, but the problem is there isn't any structured way of teaching each role how this AI adoption has to be implemented. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so this is a really good question. Why partner with AI CERTs, right? So hopefully some of the things we've discussed earlier will prompt you to become a partner with AI CERTs. So some of the reasons is turnkey AI offerings. We've got ready-made solutions. Firstly, we're the only company globally that provides certifications which are role-based, which are credible certifications. So that is obviously one of the biggest advantages, USPs that we have. We also have, so we've got turnkey AI offerings, access role-based certifications across technical and business domains without building content from scratch. So if you're a professional, we've got certifications. If you're a technical engineer who wants to understand how to implement big projects, we've got certifications for that as well. Revenue ready model. So all you need to do is sign up and then you monetize AI upskilling with attractive partner margins and recurring opportunities. Global credibility. As I mentioned, you can leverage a trusted AI certification brand recognized by enterprises and institutions worldwide. Just to give you some examples, we're also approved by big government entities globally. Again, just on the Middle East, people like Tamkeen, head of HRDF, Human Resource Development Fund in Saudi Arabia, for example. And I'm sure we've got some in Asia Pac as well. Localized support. So we launched training programs with minimal friction, platforms, marketing, and learner support handled by AI CERTs. So as an organization, we want to make sure we're going to support you. So you don't become a partner and that's it. We become a partner and we work together. We work together to make sure that our collaboration is going to be successful. We want you to be successful. So we will work very closely with you in your designated countries. We've got future-proof skills, so we equip learners with in-demand AI competencies aligned to global and regional market needs. Yep. So at the moment, sorry, and I'm sure you're reading this, we've got just over 57,000 learners already certified. We've got 500 plus instructors in the ecosystem globally. We've got 50 plus certifications across the domains, as you saw. However, the more exciting thing is by the end of the year, we'll have a massive upgrading that to 100 150 certifications. You saw, for example, we had AI plus healthcare. We will be zoning into things like AI plus doctor, AI plus nurse, AI plus health administrator. So for each of those areas, we will be going even further down into detailed job roles for each industry. At the moment, we have 70 plus global partners driving adoption. Okay, so how our partners generate revenue. So one of the biggest things, if you're a channel partner, you can become an authorized training partner with us. You can resell or deliver AI certs, instructor-led training or virtual instructor-led training courses. And you can drive recurring revenue with bundles and shared classes. So you would get the certification part from us and you can do the delivery yourself. We do have both versions, self-paced and instructor-led training, to support all, to give it that flexibility as well. If you're an association, we have association partners. You can create non-dues revenue via referrals and licensing, or you can boost member value with co-branded AI programs. We also, obviously, academia is another massive area. Universities are now really adopting AI in all their kind of different technologies and areas, degrees that they offer. So you can embed certification into university programs. You can monetize institutional enrollments at academic pricing as well. And then finally, if you're an affiliate partner, you can earn 30% commission on certification sales and profit by promoting through network and referrals. Okay, so what you get with AI certs is high value partner benefits that drive scale and revenue. So attractive margins and incentives. So there's competitive margins, volume rewards plus spiff. So we give sales incentives to boost sales performance. As I mentioned, we work very closely with you. So if you've got any good ideas, we're happy to work with you on your creativity. Marketing powerhouse. So we've got ready to use sales kits, email, social, creative landing page templates, PR support and marketing development fund for joint campaigns. When you become a partner, we want to make sure you have all the resources, the tools, collaterals that you need to support you so that you don't have to do anything from scratch. You use what we offer you, you get access to ATP portal or a portal that will give you everything that you need to help you when you're talking to your customers. Partner enablement, we have train the trainer programs. If you want your own instructors, which would be great for that massive demand that's out there. There's a massive lack of instructors globally. Although we have 500 plus, it's still not enough with the demand of AI. So yeah, we have a train the trainer program. We've got seamless onboarding, scheduling, priority, and free access to LMS for effortless delivery. So we have a learning management system for our instructors. We have learning management system for our learners, and also for our ATPs as well. Frictionless operations. So we integration-friendly exam delivery, real-time learner tracking, and centralized support. So everything is done through AI certs. We have our own exam portal, proctored exam portal, which the student would click the link. You don't have to schedule anything. You click a link at the end of the course and the student can sit the exam. Okay, I'm going to pass it on to Chintan to talk about the case studies.
Thank you so much. So, the case studies itself says that there is an opportunity in each organization. If you see, like we have taken the giants of the start, giants to, explain about how AI is happening. AI is enhancing each role that they have it in the industry, starting from Mastercard. If you see, that there is a huge lawyers overwhelmed by the document and analysis of case they're doing for the fraud detection and the fraud evaluation. That means they need to go through thousands of documentation to understand the what's actually transforming and the detection or the fraud detection entire process. So with the billions of transaction which is happening at the Mastercards, uh, they face increasing sophisticated fraud ecosystem setup is a huge issue. Now, what they have done traditionally they had the rule-based fraud detection, which is basically a kind of an automation, but not the AI implementation altogether, right? So that means they trigger too many false positives because it's an automation system. So every time the evaluation is being done, the number of transaction which is basically a false positive. Now, every time when you see a false positive, the customer is fully frustrated because we are flagging them for kind of for not a reason that the false positive has to be. So there are lots of fraud losses were growing and manual reviews were aligned. How they have done is they have implemented the AI powered real time fraud detection system, which is analyzing the transactions and the patterns through the various devices and the data along with the geolocations out there. And they have created an AI score for each transaction. In a millisecond, it is going to identify the all the anomalies that are getting beyond the human capacity because it's technically not possible to review each and every transaction. So this wasn't about deploying a technology. It was more about how they train the entire ecosystem, including the team, to use an AI effectively. Now, even after the AI has been implemented, discussing, talking, and using the AI system is where the challenge is, and that's where they have started training a lot of their employees and the entire workforce. You can see in the news as well. So the compliance officers, the engineers, who could literally interpret these entire processes that they have it, and how it has helped them, and it has actually increased around 2 percentage to 100 percentage improvement in the detection and accuracy. And then they have reduced the cost drastically in terms of over removing the overheads with the customer interaction by almost 50 percentage. And the false positive has already been dropped drastically as well. And if you see the number, the company has saved estimatedly 20 billion annually. Now, why the AI understanding is very important? Because their core is not anything than serving the AI, serving the customers in the finance ecosystem. AI is taking care of a lot of their manual intervention, and has been possible because they have started training their skilled professional into the entire ecosystem. That means the compliance officers are ensuring how they can use an AI with an ethical way. Engineers are making sure that how they can develop and train the models in an ethical way. And the business leaders are using an AI to make sure that how they are taking the strategic decisions. And all of these roles are directly tying back to what AI search does, as what Naseema has also shared. That means this shows us that AI doesn't replace this human, it empowers them to protect the billions of customers, and then it really increases the productivity that they have it as well. So training and governance are key part of what we can see from the case study. There are so many such accounts. We are actually looking for an opportunity, not able to find the structured AI training and certification process where we can position ourselves effectively. Thank you, Nasima. you see the another case study of a case crunch, right? And the one of the most important part that we need to understand, the legality is taking a lot of time because there are a lot of non-layman terms being used in the lawyer ecosystem. That means as we see the communication, it uses a lot of terminology which is not easy to understand by the human or a layman terms, right? So if we talk about the from financial sector to the legal sector, these case studies going to help us understand that how the accuracy of an AI prioritization is helping them. So what Case Crunch has done, and if you know, the Case Crunch is a legal AI startup which is basically predicting the case outcome. So what they are doing is they are analyzing the historic case data and then court decisions and the legal proceedings which has happened previously, and they find the patterns out of it. Now, it was not just a black box tool. They have actually a legal expert work alongside the AI engineers to teach the system. Now, while they're doing it, the compliance part of it, ethical accuracy part of it, and everybody who is involved needs to be trained and has to be having a pure understanding of how AI operates and how they're going to utilize it. So, in the other words, the success is a collaboration with the technology, which is an AI, and then the trained legal professional who has done it. Now, what has impacted is this entire case study has given them a huge opportunity to put the system to the test with the competition is having, let's say, less of an access to the information which these guys can pull in so faster. So 60 through 62.3 percentage, you can see the accuracy has been increased. If you see the AI accuracy is reached to around 86.6 percentage. It has been an iterative process, but that's how they implemented it. So that's not just like a kind of a marginal improvement. It's like 24 percentage leap into the predictive accuracy, saving hundreds and hundreds of hours by learning and applying the AI ecosystem in the legal framework effectively. What it means that, and we do have a certification called AI plus legal. That means the lawyers are empowered with proper AI insights, how to use it ethically, and how to feed the data to an AI system effectively to get the proper outcome that they need. The key enabler during the entire legal this process is that the legal professionals are trained to understand and interpret the AI outputs effectively. So this is one of the really fascinating case study which we can understand starting from finance to now legal. If you can move to the next slide, please.
Yep.
Now, now you can see that as we have seen like how it is helping in the the financial sector to a legal sector, the healthcare sector, which Naseema has rightly mentioned that we are already having the certification called AI plus healthcare, and we are deeping down into the other certifications. Tidal Health is one of the use case where doctors at the Tidal Health were overwhelmed by the EMRs. That means electronic medical records. These EMRs are having so much of information, it humanly becomes very tedious for evaluating the entire cases. So patients' data was like fully scattered, and then what they did is that the accuracy of the data, because of the data is so much, they are not able to effectively process it. So what they did is they have deployed a system called IBM Watson, which is powered by a clinical decision support system, which has an AI dashboards that the pull the entire EMR's information, and the system is basically tagging the risk factors, the flags and the anomalies provided into the decision support to the physicians. How it is helping them is it has drastically increased the entire information of the patient record. So access to the patient's data has become like almost 100% faster. Doctors could spot an issue earlier, leading to the faster and more accurate diagnosis process. That means patients' outcomes have improved while the entire administrative burden has drastically dropped as well. So using an AI system, which was only possible that the system was deployed effectively, but all the professionals are being trained to use the system properly. So healthcare again is a huge sector where AI is making an amazing impact. There isn't any certification body in the world right now which has role-based healthcare certification. That's where AI CERT is positioning and trying to solve the problem as well. Thank you, Naseema. Amazing. Starting from moving from a legal to a healthcare to one of the most important use cases again, the finance. You see the BlackRock, everybody knows about the BlackRock, right? They have an AI-powered investment management system. It is helping around 11.6 trillion under the management ecosystem. They are actually trying to solve this portfolio using an AI. How do they analyze the global risk exposure in the real time across the thousands of portfolios was one of the biggest problem that they are trying to solve. What they did is they employed the system called Aladdin, which is an AI platform, a system that uses the AI and data analytics to analyze the model risk scenarios and optimize the entire portfolios that they have it and flag the vulnerabilities in the portfolios. It's not just about a technology setup that they did, but the portfolio managers had to be trained to use these insights effectively in the decision making process. Otherwise, it would have become so much an overwhelming, even though they have an access to the AI system. And how it has helped them. Now the BlackRock model is saving millions of risk-based scenarios in almost real time. And this has improved the investment decision, and the risk has been drastically reduced as well. So starting from, as you can see, from the finance to a legal to a again, the ecosystem like a BlackRock, AI does not replace the finance analyst. It is helping the finance analyst to make sharper, faster, and more resilient decisions in the world of a volatile AI market right now. That means the data is so much, how you can use it effectively with the current workforce that you have it is going to become a critical. That's what this case study is showing us, that AI is helping the financial analyst to enhance that overall role and take it to the next level by using and integrating AI into their current role. And that's where we have a certification called AI plus finance. We have a certification even called AI plus legal, AI plus researcher. So we are helping our partners to tap into such accounts where they really are seeing huge opportunities, but then there isn't any portfolio or the certification courses, which are not only training the tools, but the framework within the ecosystem. So this is also one of the good industries where there is an amazing opportunity out there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chintan. As you can see, we cover every single area, and he's mentioned healthcare, legal, investment, financial. So yeah, there's lots of areas everywhere AI is required. AI CERTs and our global partner footprint. So here are, you can see the map. At the moment, we have about 70 plus partners. We are just entering the markets for South Africa, Asia Pac. So anybody who's interested, this is a massive opportunity for you guys to become a ATP, because we're just entering the market. So you'll be one of the first people in the market to be partners with AI CERTs. So you have a great advantage there. Yeah, I mean, you can see the map globally, obviously in the US, Europe, Middle East. We've started to kind of make waves there. And we're really looking forward to also working with Asia Pac and South Africa as well. Okay, so what our learners say, I'm going to let you read this. We have some fantastic feedback from our learners, so I'll let you read that. Okay, so the question is, are you all ready to become a ATP with us now? We'd love to hear your questions, anything that you'd like to ask us. So what we're going to do is we will be giving you complimentary AI Plus Foundation so that you can have a look into just the basics of AI. It's a self-paced course, 4 hours long, and there is an exam at the end. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll see your names as people who passed our certification, which would be fantastic. If you are interested in becoming an authorized training partner with us, there'll be some information in the chat of how you can do that, either through our website or you can contact us on becoming an authorized training partner with us. So I'm going to pass it on to you, Shristi, and we'll take any questions and answers. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Naseema. Thank you, Chintan, for this insightful session. I'm sure our audience has find it as useful as I did personally. So we'll just pick up some few questions from the audience that we have, and we'll try to cover as many as possible. So now let's go with this. The first question we have is, with so many players already investing in AI, how can authorized training partners realistically compete against big tech companies?
Okay, so just to answer that, Shristi, I think becoming an authorized training partner with AI CERTs is the fastest, easiest way to do this, because you don't have to build any infrastructure or content from scratch yourselves. We've done all the hard work with all our researching that we do, and with our skilled people that work on it. So it's all done for you. By leveraging AI CERTs plug and play training models, we have localized programs and role-based certifications that can quickly enter the market, capture demand, and scale with minimal risk while focusing on regional execution and relationships.
Absolutely. The second question we have here is, what industries or sectors present the biggest opportunity for ATPs in the coming years?
Well, sector-specific training is like 1.35 trillion opportunities out there. Industries like finance, fraud detection, healthcare, government, public services, services and compliance are already adopting AI and actively seeking skilled professionals. So globally, every single industry needs it. There's not one place I would say, oh, you don't need AI. Everybody needs AI. So ATPs can position themselves to supply this talent.
Okay. The next question here we have is, how do you address concerns and regulatory readiness and ethical AI in training programs?
Okay, so AI certs, we integrate ethics, compliance, and governance modules across certifications with initiatives like Singapore's AI Verify Foundation and Malaysia's AI Ethics Roadmap. Our training ensures learners understand both technical and regulatory requirements, helping enterprises adopt AI responsibly.
Okay. I think we have a last question here. How do learners and enterprises benefit from AI certification in real terms?
Okay, so learners gain future-proof role-based skills aligned with industry demand, while enterprises benefit from an upskilled workforce capable of implementing AI solutions faster and safer. With 57,000 plus learners already certified and 70 plus global partners, the credibility and outcomes are proven.
Great, Naseema. I think those were the questions. I would again like to thank you and Chintan for your powerful insights, and I'm sure our audience has a lot to take away from this discussion. And with that, I'll wrap up today's session. I would just like to remind the audience that we'll be sharing the recording and a free access to AI Plus Foundation, the link to you over an email shortly. On behalf of AI CERTs, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in our next event.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
reach out to all of you. I think there are a lot of questions that we have it as a host and panelist. Some of them we are not able to tap in. I see Mr. Prince Raz has reached out with a couple of questions. We'll surely reach out with the details and will surely assist. I see a couple of questions related to the certification bodies. I think there would be a follow-up meeting, which would be really helpful for all of us. And we definitely want to tap into your capability and the portfolio, and then we'll definitely suggest how we can take it to the next level. So I'm sure the team will reach out with the next steps. Really appreciate your time, everyone. And I hope you have learned that AI is the next big thing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Thank you.